Let's take a pause. I request you to close your eyes and recall a time when you felt something held you back. It may be someone's expectation, it may be a, it may be a grade, or it can be that soft voice which talks about your self doubt. It could be a limitation that told you that you couldn't do it. Thank you for taking the time, the moment. I think many of us, including myself, have faced moments of doubt or limitations. If any of this resonates with you, I invite you to raise your hand with me for a moment. Wow, it seems that we are all together by the shared experience. For those who haven't, that's amazing. And I hope today's story gives you new insights of the journey that others face. Let's step back to my own journey. A single act of inclusion that became a game changer, transformed everything for me. I started school a bit later than other kids. I would have been age of 3. Every morning, someone had to get me to the class because I couldn't walk the way as my classmates could do. When it was time for our PT session, I'd watch as they dashed off to the playgrounds. I understood why I couldn't join them. But still, I wondered, what would it feel like to be a part of that world? I took comfort in telling myself I was being productive by getting a head start on my homework. But deep down, I wanted nothing more than just to be out there with everyone else, share the joy, sharing the laughter. Well, this routine continued all the way through my third grade. Then, one Friday, my PT teacher, it would not be wrong if I say that she was a superhero in a sari. She once noticed me sitting on the sidelines. She came over and asked me why I wasn't joining in. With a bit of embarrassment and nervousness, I explained I couldn't walk. And her response, a simple, is that so? And off she went. I was left thinking, what's up with her? Little did I know what my superhero in a sari had planned for me. Then came the very next day, a day that shifted everything. My superhero in a sari called all the children to the playground. Naturally, I stayed behind as usual, as I didn't feel it was included for me. But to my surprise, my school janitor walks in, comes near me, and says, The PT teacher wants you on the playground. You could not imagine how shocked I was. Before I knew it, my PT teacher herself was guiding and there to help me to take it to the field. She guided me right there where the entire band was set up. And then, in that moment, with everyone watching, she looked at me and announced that you are the new band leader. And trust me, there was nothing like a band leader post back then. Suddenly, all those notes that I longed to hear, all the energy that I watched from the sidelines, it was now my world too. And this was when I was barely a child of 7 years old. And this is what it means when we say there is always light at the end of the tunnel. That moment was my turning point, as we call it, moment of truth. Each beat I played felt like I was shattering my own doubts. For the first time, I wasn't just a part of the class, I was leading. That Friday, I learned the power of belonging. I felt what inclusion truly meant. That simple act of inclusion changed everything for me, setting off a series of firsts. From being the first in my family to earn a postgraduate degree. Of course, you would wonder, why am I talking about this? I came from a very orthodox family where girls were not very much into the education. And a joint family of 16 siblings that we were. I mean, not all were my own, but my first cousins included. I was the first one to step in and take that degree in my hand. Proud were my parents. I take you to another journey, which is, it was my first owned car that I drove myself. I absolutely had never ever imagined that I would actually drive myself. Two, the first time sitting here and sharing my story. This is the power of inclusion. This is the power of making one feel belonging. As I reflect into the turning points, there are three simple yet profound lessons that continue to guide me. These are truths we all carry forward in our own journey, and I swear by that. Number one, self-doubt can be transformed. Sometimes the biggest barriers are the ones we build in our minds. But when we face them, they can become the very stepping stones that lift us. Number two, inclusion sparks growth. A small act of kindness on or a moment of inclusion can spark a ripple effect, creating growth and confidence in ways we may never see. It only takes one intentional act to change a life. Number three, remember we all have a unique contribution. Each one of us has a gift to share, a rhythm to set that's all our own. Our limitations don't define us, they highlight what makes our contributions truly special. To conclude, I would like to say each of us hold a unique realm within, a world of possibilities waiting to be discovered. Don't let anyone, I quote, don't let anyone, including yourself, tell you otherwise. Just stand tall, explore those infinite realms within you. And remember, it is when we embrace our differences is when we find our greatest strengths. Thank you.